Here's my Dollar Tree with a quarter on the side. Simple couture. Check it out. Let me give you a little light situation. Bam! Y'all ready? I am.
It's Double J Graphics. Double J, Double J, Double J Graphics, Graphics, Graphics.
Okay, starting with our canvases, I first sprayed a base color, then I came back and hit it with some fluorescent shots just to do something a little different. Once I finished with that, I brought it in the house and I allowed that to dry completely. So I let the paint dry completely. Once the paint was dried completely, I went ahead and I added Mod Podge. Canvases in various stages of being done. They're all getting a thick coat of Mod Podge. A thick coat of Mod Podge. Now this will be the basis for a couple of the upcoming crafts that I will do. We're gonna do Mod Podge on them. So I just took Mod Podge, and I have gloss. You can use gloss for this actual craft that I'm gonna be doing. It doesn't matter. You can have gloss or you can have matte mate. You have dishwasher safe, non-dishwasher safe, just Mod Podge. Okay, next we're gonna prepare our prints. I made my prints using Canva. You can use an inkjet or laser printer. I have an inkjet printer, so in order for me to use this print, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set the ink so that it doesn't run. It's a two-step process. The first process is putting it in the oven. I use about a 395-degree oven. Put them on a oven-safe pan, and then I stuck them in the oven for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Once I finish that, the second step is hairspray. Okay, so I just set the colors with the oven. And these are basically black and white in Vogue. This right here. My gorgeous daughters, they look gorgeous on here. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this hairspray that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to lightly go over it. Try not to spray my desk. Lightly go over them and then let them dry. And then we'll be ready. You're not going to saturate them. Make sure. So let that dry. Okay, so I'm going to let them dry. And that's got a smell to it. It smells like some perfume or something. And then we'll be ready. Okay, now we're ready to put our print onto our canvas. For this one, I decided to tear along the edges, make it pop. You're going to lay it on your canvas, make sure it's where you want it. Use a piece of parchment paper. Then you're going to take your iron, which is on your highest setting. No steam. You hear me? No steam. Don't turn the steam on. If you have water in there, pour that water out of the iron. No steam. Okay, you're going to take that and you're going to press. So you just lightly press down for about 5 seconds, then move to the next section until you have the whole print adhered. Make sure you're being kind of careful when you're pressing on the outside of your print. Especially if you went ahead and Mod Podge your whole canvas. You can Mod Podge just the area where the print is going to be to start, but I Mod Podge my whole canvas. So you want to make sure you're careful when you're doing that. What this process is doing, it is actually warming up the glue, the Mod Podge, melting it and adhering the print to it. So once you finish that, pressing it down, you see how I'm making presses instead of rubbing it on there? Once you finish that, you're going to let it cool completely. Allow it to cool completely. And then all you're gonna do is seal it and you're ready to go. Okay, so I went back over in Mod Podge where I had ironed it, like the around the edges, so I can fill that in. Now, I believe if you just do moderate pressure around the edges, you should be good. When I first started, I pressed that very hard, so a little of the ink actually came off. Not ink, but the glue pulled some of the ink up, but that's fine because I got gold leaf. This looks awesome. So I'm gonna let the Mod Podge get a little tacky, so where I see the deep grooves where I kind of held it on too tight, and I don't have that many spaces, I'm gonna put some little some leafing on there just to pizzazz it up. You see I got the colors popping on the girl's color picture with the Vogue picture. So I'm gonna put a couple of little gold leaves around there. Okay, so I have gold leaf. Well, not gold leaf. I have leafing with a lot of colors. What is that? Okay, so that's some gold rose. I got different colors: blue, pink, purple. So I'm gonna put a little colors on there because I got colors on this. So the gold will go on there. Then I put some colors on the black, make it pop. And all I'm gonna do is, this is tacking, just stick some on there. Okay, when you are using the leafing, when you are putting on the adhesive, put it on in a very thin layer. Allow it to become tacky prior to putting the leafing on. Once you put it on, handle it the least amount that you can, which means put it on there and leave it. Allow the adhesive to dry completely before brushing off the excess leafing. Now that's my. Okay, so here go my prints the next morning after I'm putting the foil on there. So I put foil in them little spots that I held the iron on, kind of long or kind of hard. And look at that, it looks awesome. You cannot tell. It wasn't that many spots. I just saw a couple of them and I decided to put some foil on there because of the colorful aspect of my Dollar Tree with a quarter on the side couture. So I'm gonna take this outside. I just got a regular chip brush and you can get these from the Dollar Tree. These are brushes that you can do like staining, some quick edging up on stuff like this. Not a good paintbrush and they are disposable, but for stuff like this, it is awesome. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it outside and I'm gonna dust the excess foil off. Making sure I don't put a lot of pressure, but I dust all the loose particles off. So I'm gonna go outside and do that, and it's nothing special, you just dust it. It should be flat. For whatever reason, if you see that you have some wrinkles in here, like this one has some wrinkles in there. I don't know if you can see them, let me see. So right there, it has some wrinkles in it. So all I'm gonna do is take my parchment paper and I'm gonna hit them spots one more time. This is where I would take my mini Cricut, my little small hand press that most sewers or crafters have, if I could find it. I don't know where it says. So I'm gonna take this big iron again and I'm gonna try to be careful so that I won't hit my Mod Podge around the edges again. So I'm just gonna lightly hit them spots and try not to hit the rest of it. So I'm just using the top of my iron again. I would use my mini Cricut to do this. Then if you had it all the way to the edge, because I tore this, all I'm doing is warming that Mod Podge back up and spreading it out. That's the only thing I'm doing. Okay? And so now all of the wrinkles are gone. And I allow that to dry. I just wanted to show you that. Don't get upset if you see. Now I found that this is regular copy paper. It's very thin. It's not no high count. So it's very thin. And I did put a lot of Mod Podge because it was my first time. So I didn't have to put it as thickly as I did for this thin paper. So remember that. The other ones, the larger ones that I did not tear, I used some thick resume paper, so they did not wrinkle at all. So, yeah, them wrinkles that were in there are gone, so you can, you know, it's kind of foolproof. You can go back over it and fix whatever you had wrong. Okay, this is a chip brush, and they sell these at the Dollar Tree also. But you can get 1,000,000 of them in a pack from Amazon for about $2, just like the foam brushes. So you're gonna take your sealer, whatever sealer you're using, make sure it's water-based and not oil-based. You would just, if I was gonna use this Mod Podge, I would just dip it and lightly brush it. You don't want to stay too long, and you don't want to brush too much, because you don't want to reactivate the Mod Podge up under the print. Now my crazy butt set a piece of wet paper towel on here, but guess what? That look kind of cute with the color, so I'm going with it. I'm gonna go ahead and hang this up. I just wanted to show you that you don't want to put a lot of Mod Podge or polyurethane or whatever you use on here, just a little bit, because you don't want to reactivate and make the Mod Podge give you more bubbles. But yeah, we through. And y'all, this is I'm gonna actually show you how to take these wrinkles out. I don't know where I'm gonna put this little portion in the video, but you can see these wrinkles. But all you do is rewarm it and press it however you want to mount your Dollar Tree with a cord on the side couture. I'm gonna show you some ways that I mount my stuff. So this right here is the frame from one of the Dollar Tree prints that we made a different decoration out of. So all I did was cut the print off and I left the frame intact. You can take that frame and you can put it on the back of here, and you can glue it on with permanent glue. Then you can actually use the use the hanging piece that's already on there to hang your couture. And once you put it on there, it sits exactly perfect for this 8x10. If you're gonna use 11x14, it sits in the middle, so it's very, it's also perfect for that. This right here is a Dollar Tree decoration that I used for something else. I used to make a frame. This was, not a frame, a vase. This was the bottom of the vase. So you can also use these to put on the back of your frame. You can put it in the middle, at the top, on the side, or whatever. Glue that on with permanent glue, and then you use that as a hanger. You can also use the command strips, which are perfect. These are the large and they hold up to 16 pounds. You don't really need these. You can use the small ones, or you can use these and you can cut these in half or in fourths. I also have some different lights out that I'm gonna try out on the back of them. So I have some regular puck lights that have a remote to them. I have some fairy lights that have a remote to them. These are, I'm gonna show you these. I don't really like these. They are dim as heck. So they got 8 different settings. But every last one of them is dim, and that's probably why they was on sale, and I bought quite a few of them. You have regular fairy lights that turn on with the little switch. And then I have these Dollar Tree Christmas lights that I love. These are awesome. They have the big pack on them, but if you use these frame things, they will fit perfectly and you won't have to do no wrapping on the side to hide. You just put them on the back, then put your lights where you want them. Then if you're using this, you can take your couture on and off just to turn it on. You don't really need a remote. I love them. Now, let me show you how I mount my lights. Yeah, I know you're saying that's looking tacky or whatever, but I reuse my lights all the time. And I don't want to glue them on there. I just reuse them. So I usually just put some tape on there. Because when you turn it over from the back, you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah, that's me. So I usually use tape, but you definitely can use your hot glue and your permanent glue like E6000, use them alternately. But for me, I change my designs and decor so often, I don't permanent fits too much. And this will not be a permanent fit, so I'll put it like that. And then when I get ready to change, I just take the tape off. And nobody's none the wiser except you all that are looking at me do it. Now, you can do it the neat way. I'm not going to. So I'm going to use, not sure, but I'm leaning toward these Dollar Tree lights. These are gorgeous. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put it around the edge. And then we're gonna hang it up. But these are some of the things that you can use. The frame from the prints that we use in the other decoration. Oh, and I also use some of these mini palettes. I use these all the time. These are also excellent to hang up on. You use them Dollar Tree hooks. They have the different hooks that you put up. You use them. You don't have to use the press-on Velcro. You just use these, put them on the back, and slide them on the hook. I'll show you that right now. Hold on. Okay, so these aren't exactly hooks. These are just some regular thumbtack push pins. But I use the Dollar Tree hooks. They have a lot of different hooks. These are some of the ones they have. But you can also use the push pins, and you'll just take your push pin and you'll hang. I just hooked it on my little push pins that I put in there and just hung the palette that I have on the back on there. So that's one way you can do it. These Dollar Tree Christmas lights. I don't use them at Christmas. They absolutely too short. But for this, that'll work. I have blue, green, and red. I put one green, one blue. Tape them around the perimeter so when I put them up on the wall, it's gonna shine outward. I didn't have any white, but this is perfect because I did put colors on the canvas, so that is perfect. Again, this is how I decided to put mine together. For the back, you can use whatever hanging method you like. I'm just experimenting using some stuff I have at the house. Right here, I took some push pins and I used some E6000 to put the push pins on the back of the thing. They are pretty tight. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be able to just push it in the wall instead of using up tape. My lights on there again because I do change decorations quite often, so I don't do much permanent stuff if it's something I can reuse. I can reuse these lights. So I don't glue them on, and it's unnecessary because it's on the back of my item. But if you were gonna glue it on, I would still use tape to set them where I want. Then I would come back with the hot glue and put it in strategic places so it can keep it down. I don't really like working with hot glue guns. I have a hot glue skillet that I don't mind working with, but the hot glue guns, yeah, I messed myself up. So I'm gonna see if I'm able to push these pins in, and we'll come back and see what the final product looks like. Gorgeous. Oh my God. Turn on the light so you can see. Oh, look at me. Hold on, let me let you see my picture. I changed from the one from the beginning. Ah, that's me, baby. All right. So that's it. That's the craft, baby. That's Dollar Tree with a quarter on the side. Simple couture. I am loving the Dollar Tree couture. Tell me, are you? Look at there. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. Thanks, guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I need a thumbs up. I need a comment. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're liking. Show me what you're doing. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.